if you don't understand what's going on out there. You don't understand what's going on. And let's face it, I don't understand what's going on out there. But you know what Mark and I did that you didn't do? You know what Mika did that you didn't do? We actually talked to people in Middle America. And they told us they were hurting, and they told us why they were voting for Trump. Mark, my God, Mark, you were with Donald Trump's campaign for the last, what, 72, 96 hours? And you saw crowds in Michigan and these other states, Wisconsin, I mean, Minnesota, crowds that you've never seen before.
Yeah, Sunday on a Circus, we're going to have the tour. Mark McKinnon and I covered Donald Trump for the last 3 days and talked to a lot of voters. And I think you hear those voices, as we heard all year when we traveled and actually talked to people supporting Trump. You said a lot of things I want to respond to. I just want to say one thing. I love the New York Times. I think it's a great institution.
By the way, I need to say this. Point of personal privilege. I love the New York Times. And I read it every day. I've said this time and time again. I have the greatest respect for the reporters over there. I don't know what I'd do. And I know a lot of conservatives are going to, I don't know what I would do without the New York Times. It's how I gauge.
It's not just the New York Times.
I agree, but
I love the Washington Post.
No, but look at the headline. Look at the headline of this story.
Look at the headline.
Look at the headline of this story. This is the day after.
Look at it.
A surprising underdog sweeping victory. And their headline is not disaffected Americans have a champion going to the White House or the country votes for fundamental change. The headline's about how disappointed the friends of the people who run the New York Times are about what's happened. I mean, it's amazing.
Democrats, students,
it's amazing to me that this is the headline of the New York Times.
Face the reality of
and I'm not picking on the Times, but it's a great example.
Look at this. Look at this.
Right.
This is staggering. It really is. Mark,
I mean, it's the onion.
This shows that the editors of the New York Times, who I have the greatest respect for them. They don't get it. This is actually
about them.
A Saturday Night Live skit. You went to a cocktail party the night before, and you decided to write this.
It's, and, you know, when I thought Trump had a chance to lose, which I did, but I thought he had a chance to win it, I said to liberals, he's going to get 42 million votes. 42 million people are going to vote for him. What are they voting for? And this is their headline.
That's their newsroom.
If a Democratic candidate who was thought to, it said had a 10% chance of winning by the New York Times, had ended up winning and winning red states as Trump won blue states, I don't think that would have been the headline.
No.
And I'll just say again, the responsibility of journalists is to not report on their biases. It's to go out and understand the country through the prism of the election and say, why are people feeling the way they're feeling? And I'm just stunned at how people are reacting.
By the way,
liberal
look at this. Let's talk about some people who did it right. The Boston Globe. They did it right. It was a seismic shift. Now listen, we're all saying that we thought Trump could have won. We're just as shocked as you that he won the way he did. So nobody's sitting here saying we had a crystal ball. But the thing is, understand, across divide, the Washington Post writes, all eyes on Trump.
Can I just say one more thing?
And yeah, I just want to say the Wall Street Journal had, I think, probably the best headline, a new political order that we all have to grapple with. And I'm going to be depending on the New York Times and their great journalists to help us through this time. But they have got to keep the editorial mumbo-jumbo on the editorial page where it belongs.
I covered that Hillary Clinton event yesterday, and her performance was everything you all said it was. It was so moving to see how upset her supporters were. And I understand why they're upset. And I have tons of friends who supported Hillary Clinton. I get why they're upset.
And by the way, I've got to say, I've got friends who are hurt, who were crying all day yesterday. Yeah. And I ache for them. Yeah. They're close friends. I understand what it means when people that you believe in lose. But I've got to tell you, I never had the media focus on my people when the people that I supported, sometimes Democrats, conservative Democrats, lost.
Right. That's the point I was going to make.
Go ahead.
I mean, if Donald Trump had lost, do you think the press would have been so concerned about his supporters and their disappointment? The country's divided. She won the popular vote. There are a lot of people who are really upset about this. But the coverage cannot just be, and the dialogue cannot just be about how upset those people are. I feel so bad for them. The people there, they're hugging each other and crying.
We know them.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, God,
and for her, who, as we said before, she thought at 9 p.m. that she was going to be president. She thought for weeks she was going to be president.
Well, the whole world did because the media didn't do their job for the past month.
Right.
Let's just say it.
You want Michael Moore?
Yeah.
Liberal filmmaker.